Well, service above self is all about students' success and serving others and putting in our best effort to everything we do.
You've given time, talent, passion, heart power, and brain power to take on those serious challenges, and many of them were very serious.
Behind all the student teams that we have here today are hundreds of other students who have put in thousands of hours of service this year.
Hello everyone, thank you for coming today. We've loved your service projects so much. My name's Callaway Robertson and I'm president of Columbus Rotary this year. It's an honor to open this 14th annual middle school fair.
We have walked into a room of greatness. You know, Martin Luther King said everyone can be great because everyone can serve. And so this is a room full of greatness.
Public service is by being members of the Board of Education. Service connects us to our community, and for some of us, public service is a way we demonstrate our faith.
Today we celebrate the work of everyone here to make a difference in the world around them, in their schools and in their community. All of you here are change agents and have contributed to making our community a better place. It's easy to think that only adults in positions of power can affect change, but that's not true at all. Inside each of you is so much potential. You can make great things happen when you put your mind to it. Just look around the room. I'm amazed at all the projects displayed today and proud of what our students have accomplished.
Our project is about building respect throughout our school, teachers to teacher, student, teacher, student, and growing in different ways, like younger kids helping out, older kids helping out the younger kids, and just making a better environment.
And so throughout the whole entire thing, it's not just about the fact that we're giving service, it is the fact that we are contributing to the people who have helped shape our world today. Because if the civil rights movement didn't happen, like half of us wouldn't be here today.
My name is Alina and this is Carter and Tajane. We are from Wedgwood Middle School and our project name is You Are Not Alone. And we were advised by our school counselor, Ms. Lucy. We chose this project because we noticed some of our peers were struggling with depression and bullying, verbal abuse, and identity struggles.
We had three main goals. Our first goal was to provide 6th grade students with 2 coping skills to deal with bullying. Our second goal was to have 3 school-wide initiatives to combat depression. Our third goal was to have an organization come in and speak to our students about mental wellness.
To complete our goals, 6th grade had bullying prevention lessons. We have a kindness tree in our hallway. We gave all of the students and staff members Winter and Valentine's Day candygrams. 6th and 7th graders made pins, and also NAMI came and presented their Ending the Silence presentation to the 8th grade. As a result of the presentation, 86% thought that they could help themselves, a friend, a student, or family member if they noticed any warning signs. And we saw a burst of morale when students received the candygrams and nominated other students' names for the kindness tree.
One challenge that we faced was finding the time to collaborate with one another, but Google Drive helped us with that. Another challenge that we faced was finding a community resource, but Mr. Struder over here helped match us with NAMI. And by participating, we learned that depression does not affect a certain group. It can affect anyone at any time. Thank you very much for your service.
Good afternoon, my name is Salam. We are 6th graders from Woodward Park at Walden. Our project is titled Keep Calm and Mediate. We felt that it was important that students in our school learn how to resolve their conflicts by taking it out rather than arguing or by fighting. So we implemented a peer mediation program. Peer mediation is students helping their peers who are in conflict find solutions.
Good afternoon, my name is Star. Besides helping resolve conflicts among our peers, decreasing fights, We also wanted our peers to learn strategies to help them learn how to resolve conflicts among themselves. The three of us were trained in how to mediate. We created peer mediation rules for the teachers to fill out and peer mediate contracts that we'll fill out during the mediation. We then visit every homeroom and explain to the students the details of our peer mediation program. We had to continue to have referrals sent to us by teachers. Some of the issues we mediated include name calling, disruptive argument, and friendship problems.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike. Our biggest challenges so far are getting the disputants to listen to each other during the mediation, and it is difficult to not give them advice in how to solve their problem. Even though we had these challenges, we feel we were successful because fights in our building between second quarter and third quarter decreased from 52 to 13. By participating in this project, we learned listening, team building, and communication skills. We overcame shyness, and our empathy for others has increased. Overall, we believe we had a huge success in doing peer mediation at Woodward Park at Walden, and we will continue this program. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Imani Williams.
My name is Sanaya Taylor.
My name is Caden Livingston, and we are sixth graders from Yorktown Middle School. Our service project is called Surviving a Stop. Have you ever been stopped by police? Why do cops fear us? Why do we fear cops? Would you like to become a police officer? These questions were presented to our student body. 98% said they have had an encounter with police and would not like to become one. This year, our service project focused on educating ourselves about basic constitutional rights, lifting our voices against civil rights violations, and having open discussions about racial injustice and police violence. We partnered with the Franklin County Sheriff Department to build a bridge between the police and our community. They visit our schools to speak with us about how to interact with law enforcement. We had 3 goals. First, we wanted our students to not become another statistic to killings of unarmed teenagers by the police. Secondly, we wanted students to learn to act appropriately when stopped by law enforcement.
We want the students to have a book in their hands by all times and be excited about reading. Students read the novel The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, the novel Dead Mountain by Nick Stone, and Ghost Boys by Joe Parker Rose. We have over 200 students created posters showing how to act appropriately when confronted by the police. Every student had a novel in their hand and was excited about reading.
Have you ever heard of George Steiny? The youngest person executed at age of 14, or Emmett Till, Tamar Rice, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown. These are just a few African Americans who were killed by police. Students learn that unarmed minorities are more likely to be killed than non-minorities. Statistics of violence towards minorities all across the United States is scary. Students were glad to be reminded that the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were written to protect them. In March, these questions were presented to the students again, but this time more students are open to becoming police officers. We must get to know one another and embrace our differences. Say no to fear, because all lives matter.